Alright guys, what's happening, I know it's been a cool minute since y'all have seen me on the channel. Haven't really posted much. Pretty much let OTAs go by. We are at our break now. Training camp is about a month away. Pretty much around, right around the corner. And just going to go over the roster as currently constructed, kind of go into a few small things. So currently as constructed, because I'm not going off of our own website. I'm sorry, our own website for our roster sucks sometimes. It trips out. So I'm just going off Google here. Of course, we got Jimmy Garoppolo. We have Nick Bosa. We have Deebo Samuel. We got Sherm. We got Quan Alexander, D Ford, Dante Pettis, Jerick McKinnon, Tevin Coleman, Jalen Hurd, Jason Verrett, Robbie Gould, Solomon Thomas, Marquise Goodwin, Jimmy Ward, Dre Greenlaw, Forrest Buckner, Matt Breida, Nick Mullins, Mike McGlinchey, Fred Warner, Jordan Matthews, Joe Staley, Eric Armstead, C.J. Beathard, Dante Johnson, Malcolm Smith, Trent Taylor, Tavarius Moore. Looks like we got Levine Toilio, Joshua Garnett, Kentavious Street, Wilton Spate, Kyle Juszczyk, Jaquiski Tart, Tim Harris, Kendrick Bourne, Richie James, DJ Reed, Adrian Colbert, Ahkello Witherspoon, David Mayo, Leroy Reynolds, Raheem Mostert, Julian Taylor, Wesley Johnson, Garrett Selleck, Marcel Harris, Willie Beavers, and Max McCaffrey. So that's the current roster as constructed. We probably got a few players on there that are missing, but I think these are probably projections on a 53-man roster. So I'm going to go over some of these cats and just give you a few updates on what's going on. So to start, we got Jimmy Garoppolo. Now, there's been a lot of uproar lately because of Florio's article on what if Jimmy G fails, what if he gets injured, and us possibly moving on. Now, what I want to state here is I am in no way saying that we should get rid of Garoppolo. What I am stating is the simple and plain truth, and I know some people may not like it, but it's very, very obvious. He's injury prone. The last 6 games, I think it was 5 games that he played for us a few years back were an aberration. I mean, it was great to see him get out there, sling the ball, do what he needed to do, and, get out there and get us some W's. But that was the most time he spent on the field being healthy. He's been in the league 6 years. He's barely played a full season. And most of that was due to him sitting on the bench behind Tom Brady. But when he did come in for Brady, he wound up getting injured right away. Then the next time you see him, he got traded because we traded for him. Next thing you know, he goes on this 5-game winning streak. We go into the next season like, yo, we good. We solid. We ain't got nothing to worry about. This dude gonna take us to the promised land. He decides to try to be a running back, pull off a little spin move, tears his ACL. But if he gets injured again this season, from a salary cap standpoint, we're not going to take that big of a hit because we've given him most of his guaranteed money already. And I believe it's around $4 or $5 million that we would lose if he winds up getting injured again and he's out for the season again. I'm not wishing that on him. I want him to be healthy. I want him to take us all the way through the season. And we got to make fucking playoffs, period, point blank. There is nothing right now that we should be thinking except playoffs or bust. We should not be thinking, oh, let's be comfortable with an 8-8 season, or, oh, we should just, go ahead and be happy with the fact that, we had more wins than we did last year. No, this is the 3rd damn season of the Shanahan and John Lynch area. We need to get to the fucking playoffs, period, point blank. As you can see, my jersey, this man just retired as a 49er. Much love to, NaVorro Bowman, great linebacker, great all-around guy. We had almost got rid of him before Harbaugh came around and before we got Vic Fangio, and they figured out how to put him and Willis out there together. And we were running that nasty 3-4 and terrorizing people, and people were scared of our defense. So next up on the line is Nick Bosa. Now, the oft-injured Nick Bosa, y'all know how I feel, and this is only the truth. He got injured in high school, tore his ACL. He got injured in college twice. And now what was he doing? Sitting on the damn sidelines until training camp starts. And I guarantee you when training camp rolls around, they're going to say, oh, we're just being cautious. You know, we want Nick to be okay. What people don't know is that he ain't even signed his contract yet. And the reason that he hasn't signed his contract is because of the guaranteed language. And I don't need him holding out like his brother did. His brother held out 4 games into the fucking season. And why? Because they both were injury-prone guys. So you want to hold out because of the language, because basically you still want to get paid if you get injured. And we didn't even try to pay you if you get injured. So, I mean, hopefully his agent and, you know, our guys up front, Parag Marate, and, you know, everybody that's working to get these contracts taken care of can come to a happy medium and find a way to get this guy signed and on the field for day one. Because if he goes out there in training camp and re-aggravates that damn, muscle injury that he has in his thigh or whatever it is, and then he got to sit down again, we're gonna want to have language in the contract that says we don't want to pay you. Are you serious? Who's gonna want to pay a guy who's gonna be sitting on the damn sideline all the time? Like, there's got to be incentives for you to stay healthy, for you to be on the field and produce. He drafted number 2 overall. You can't just be sitting on the sideline. And like I said, everybody can be mad at me about that, and they can be like, oh, I love Nick Bosa, I love this. I would love him too if he was on the field producing. That's how that works. It's period point blank about production. So we have Deebo Samuel, guy we drafted in the 2nd round. Great kid. Looks like he's going to be probably, a little bit of a faster Anquan Bolden. We got Uncle Sherm coming back. Uncle Sherm looks great by all accounts from training camp. Then we have another injury-prone, well, not injury-prone, but coming off an injury player, as John Lynch likes to sign those guys. I don't know what his problem is. We have Quan Alexander. Now, mind you, everybody, all the linebackers have been saying that he brings a new swag to the team and this, that, and the third. I don't give a fuck about your swagger. I don't give a shit about what you teach people. At the end of the day, it is about being healthy and being able to produce. If you are not ready for training camp and you are not ready for the first game of the season, then what the fuck did we pay him all that money for? I don't care how people feel about how I say these things. It's not like if we wanted a fucking tutor, we can just go get Patrick Willis and pay him $53 million. At least I'd feel more comfortable knowing at least he produced for the franchise. He did it for years. Solid. Great guy. But they're talking, oh, he brings a swag to the squad. He does this, he does that. You know, he's always great in the meeting rooms and telling people what. We didn't pay him $54 million to be a fucking coach. Coaches don't get paid that kind of money. Tell me I'm wrong. I'll wait. So then we got Dante Pettis. Pettis just came in to say he put on about 10 to 12 pounds. Looks faster, looks better, looks greater. I think he's going to have an amazing, breakout season. Next up, we got D Ford. Love D Ford. Love his giddy up off that edge. Everybody says his get off is ridiculous. Say he's been great during training camp. I like it. We got, coming off another injury, Jerick McKinnon. McKinnon is in danger of losing his damn spot because our running back group is deep. We got Mostert, we got McKinnon, we got Breida, and we got Tevin Coleman. So that's 4 guys. We don't need 4 running backs. At most, we need 3. Mostert is a special teams ace. That's why he was making the squad the past couple of years, but it feels like basically he's the odd man out. Now, if you rotate in Tevin Coleman and Matt Breida, then you have a great chance of keeping Breida healthy all through the season because he can get injured here and there. And then that way, we can spell him every now and then. I don't know if Jerick McKinnon's going to be able to hold that number 1 spot if he doesn't show up and show out. So next up on the line, we got, of course, guy I was just talking about, Tevin Coleman. Tevin Coleman came in. He already knows Shanahan's system, so this is just a walk in the park for him. He's just coming back to something familiar for what he knows. Let's hope that he can produce for us and be out there and do great. Then we got Jalen Hurd, receiver we drafted in the 3rd round because we went back-to-back with him and Deebo Samuel. Deebo first, obviously. Everybody's saying that they like this kid, but he's another one. He got injured in OTA, so they're going to hold him out until training camp. So now we got to see what's going on with this kid. Next up, we got another injury guy, Jason Verrett. We're hoping that Verrett is ready to go for training camp. By all accounts, he has been stating such. He said that he's going to be ready to go for training camp, and once he gets on the field, we're going to love what we see. If we do, we'll put him in a slot. Akella will start, and so will Uncle Sherm. So that'll be a great 1-2-3 punch. Next up, we got the greatest player that we have, George Kittle. Kittle's already amazing. I don't even need to say anything else about him. Then we have Mr. Holdout himself, Robbie Gould. Now, I've heard that our replacement kicker, John Brown, has been doing a damn good job. So, Gold, if you want to hold out and you want to stay at home, fuck it, stay at home. Don't bother me none. John Brown seems to have been doing a great job in training camp. We'll let him go out there and kick field goals if you don't want to sign your franchise tender and get paid like the highest kickers in the league. Next up, we got Solomon Thomas. Thomas came back with a new and better attitude, said he's been working on his mental health. He's been reforming himself. He's been doing a great job. And that, by all accounts, that everything from training camp says that Solly is ready, man. And Solly going to be probably in there on the inside with, Buckner having himself, doing a great job. So I think if we start D Ford, Solly, we have Defoe in there, and then we have Nick if he's healthy. Then, that's a great starting front four right there. And that can be a great thing for us. Next up, we got Marquise Goodwin. Goodwin, I feel like he makes the squad because he's our speedster. Goodwin takes the top off the defense. He's just too fast. You got to get that guy a cushion because you got to respect his speed or he's going to fuck around and burn you, and you're going to look stupid. Next up, we got Jimmy Ward. Moving on rapidly. I'm just kidding. Jimmy Ward, broke his collarbone, out for 8 weeks. They call him Mr. Glass. End of discussion. We got Dre Greenlaw. Because of the injuries to the most of the starting linebackers, Greenlaw has been out there, and they say he's been performing great for us by all accounts. Next up, we got DeForest Buckner. Enough said. That man's a beast. Come on now. I don't really need to say anything else about him. Then we have Matt Breida. I love Breida. I just want Breida to remain healthy, man, because when he's healthy and he's on the field, he's a beast. He's so good. And I feel honestly like Tevin Coleman and Matt Breida are better than McKinnon. So McKinnon could lose his spot. And we didn't sign him for much, so he could be a cap casualty next year if he winds up losing that starting spot and he can't stay healthy. Next up, we got Nick Mullins. Love Nick Mullins. Love. Nick Mullins did a great job for us. I feel like he is a way better quarterback than C.J. Beathard. He processes stuff on the field so much faster. The guy has a great work ethic. He may not have the strongest arm, but I feel like Mullins did everything that he could to be able to solidify that backup spot. I don't even see why there's a competition. To me, you give it to Mullins, you trade C.J. Beathard for like a 6th or 7th round pick, and you move on. You got Mike McGlinchey, great right tackle, was dope. Already solidified himself as one of the top right tackles in the league. So that's awesome. We got Fred Warner, our starting middle linebacker. He was a little bit injured during OTAs, but he'll be back for training camp. Nothing to worry about with that. We have Jordan Matthews, who supposedly has a shot to make the team. Maybe not. I don't know. Because he's an injury-prone player too, so we got to watch him and see if he does. Because I don't want to waste a spot on the roster. If he gets on and then he winds up getting injured, that's stupid. We could have kept somebody like Richie James, who's a great returner. Next up, we have the veteran, the greatest left tackle we've ever had in Joe Staley. And we just extended this man. It's fantastic. Just fantastic. Just perfect. Next up, we got Eric Armstead. Now, Armstead's been making a lot of noise in camp. They say Armstead coming out there looking like a beast. So, I think they're going to go ahead and take a good long look at him to see if they want to give him an extension because, it's right around the corner for him to possibly be let go next year because of what's going on. But I'm going to go ahead and continue this. And just a short second, I got to finish up here because I only got another minute left. I'm going to do another video with the rest of the roster. I'll be right back. Peace. Be easy.